Morency Unfiltered on a Fantasy Sports Network continues. This is the part, and I said it's the Friday Night Freak Show, but Bando's really not a freak, but Myk Aussie is a freak. He's our AFL tipster, so Myk brings the freak to the Friday Night Freak Show, and Myk's also a freaky, happy Denver Bronco fan as well. How about them Broncos, Myk?
Oh, mate, I'm a freak in a good way. Fantastic. And I tell you what, Gabe, when I watched your show yesterday and you said the Broncos were covered by 3, that gave me extra confidence because I thought we could keep it close, but I really didn't think we would win. But, hey, it was anyone's game, I mean, with that, when they iced the kicker and that crazy rule, but we'll take it.
Yeah, unbelievable that Gano ends up missing the kick for 50 yards after the fact. And even if you would have made the kick, we still would have covered the 3 points. Yet, nevertheless, a big win for the Denver Broncos. There's going to be some work to do. Simeon's okay, but you guys were lucky to get out of there with a win.
Yeah, mate, I was impressed with him. Sure, he did a couple of bad throws, but hell, he threw some beauties as well, and I was impressed with the coach letting him throw. And C.J. Anderson, a few people knock him. I see you got him in one of your fantasies. He was good, but injury-prone at times, but really impressed, mate. I'm impressed that we even kept it close. Cam Newton played well, though. You got to hand it to him, and yeah, we hit him pretty good. That last one wasn't good, though.
Yeah, we're not going to get into the dirty Denver defense because that's what they are. They're a dirty Denver defense. We won't go down that route. Yet there's been all kinds of upsets along the way. So the AFL the AFL Final 8 was set. West Coast and Western played. The Western Bulldogs won 99-52. My West Coast Eagles faintly, meekly get eliminated. We had the Geelong Cats and the Hawthorne Hawks. And I tweeted this out, Myk. You can attest to it. I said a couple hours before the game, I said, no way, man, that the Cats should be 10-point favorites in this game. And they ended up winning by 2, 85-83, real close game. It was a low number, too. It ended up going over the number. But let's jump in right now. Let's talk about a Sydney Swan team that a lot of people think are going to win the grand final.
Yes, mate. Talked to my informant last night, and he still thinks that Swans might go all the way. But I tell you what, Giants are a real chance to win this one. I would take Giants to cover for that fact. It's in the Olympic Stadium, like we said last week, where they played the college football game there a couple of weeks ago. So there's no home field advantage, but fantastic story that 2 Sydney teams are playing off in their first ever final against each other, because that's right in the heart of rugby league territory. But Aussie rules is killing it in Sydney, so that's fantastic, mate.
So what do you think? You think the Swans win, though? It's minus 200 on the money line, because I'm thinking about parlaying the Sydney Swans with your Crows, with the Adelaide Crows. If we parlay them both, they just need to both win the game. It's minus 135.
Yeah, I think the Swans will win. The spread was like 15.5 or something last time I checked. So for that reason, probably take the Giants to cover, but the Swans probably will win. Finals experience counts for a lot, as we see in the NFL and other leagues. So the Giants' first ever finals appearance, so the Swans will have that advantage. But I tell you what, those Giants are a quick, young, good team, so they could pull off the upset.
Yeah, I know. It's a tough game, man. The playoffs, not easy. And, the Final Four is going to be set, as you mentioned. We've got, with the Swans, the first best team in the league, the Swans, at 17-5. But the Giants are 16-6. They're right there. Like, you look at their statistics, they're nearly identical. What happened when they played this year? Let's see, Great Western Sydney. Great Western Sydney beat them 105-63 at Spotless Stadium. But the Swans beat them 93-68 at the SCG.
Yeah, that's right, mate. 1 win each this year, but both informed teams, so it should be an absolute ripper of a game. And good luck to both teams. I quite like both of them. Kevin Sheedy formed the Giants, who's a huge advocate of international football for Aussie rules. So I like both teams. And, of course, the Ottawa Swans. I got some love for the Sydney Swans as well. So looking forward to that one, mate.
All right, the other elimination final is the Adelaide Crows and the North Melbourne Kangaroos. I tell you what, man, the Roos were like 9. What were they? 9-0. They were 8-0.
Yeah,
At least they were 7-0, whatever it was. Like they were literally like 9-1, 7-0, 8-0, 9-1. Final record they closed with 12-10. This team was lucky to get into the final 8. Now they're 35.5-point underdogs against Adelaide.
Yeah, I like the Crows to win that one, but a bit high, I think. Crows have been a little bit down the last couple of weeks, but they should win at home. Roos, they got 4 players that they were told they won't be returning next year, which is disappointing. They might get up for those 4 guys. Like the Crows to win, but a bit risky to take them on the minus. So I'd probably take the Roos on the plus. Dad says Crows need to play really well to win by 35. So I like the Crows to win that one, definitely. But hey, who knows? Look what happened to the Eagles and the Bulldogs. That was a huge turnaround. Like, Eagles were favourite by 27 at home, and they lost by 47. So a massive turnaround, mate.
They only scored 52 points on their home field. That never happens.
Yeah, you just don't know. These guys get a run on and they can be confident, right?
Yeah, usually the West Coast Eagles put 52.5 on their home field.
Terrible, mate.
This year, Adelaide beat North Melbourne 100-67 at the Adelaide Oval. And then earlier in the campaign, round 1, it was actually the first week, Mick. North Melbourne 107-97. That was North Melbourne were a different team back all the way back into round 1 of this year. But I agree with you. It's just too many points in a playoff game. 35.5 points. The Roos aren't going to quit if they're down, Mick. They're going to play hard for the entire game. Too many points. I think the Crows win, but the Roos cover the 35.5.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. The pressure can get to anyone, and you see the difference between kicking through the middle for 6 points and 1 point. Like last night, the Hawthorn guy should have kicked that goal. Instead, he went for a point because of the pure pressure. He's only like 30 metres out, and thus the Cats won, mate. So, yeah, 2 higher points. Take the Crows to win, but probably not cover. Hope they do, though.
All right, so the Hawthorn and Western. Hawthorn Hawks, minus 14.5.
Whoa, I'd like to say the Bulldogs could win that one, but let's look at the injury report during the week and see what happens there. Hawks experience might get them over, but that's next week, so a bit early to tell you.
Yeah, we can wait till next week. All right, so thinking the underdogs, favorites win, but be careful with the point spreads. I'm going to money line parlay the Sydney Swans and the Adelaide Crows. We got to get out of here, Mick. Enjoy the games.
All right. Thanks, man. Have a great weekend. Tons of sport. Loving this NFL and CFL as well. See you later, mate.
There's Myk Aussie with us, who no doubt will be at the Calgary-Edmonton game, actually. All right. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back with our college picks.